There's a special gift under our tree tonight. It's the book Expect Miracles by Mary Ellen. And in it is the story of Myrna, Sean, and Kevin Smith of Helena, Montana. They experienced a truly wonderful Christmas miracle, and they've kindly agreed to share it with us. It's a perfect example of how important Christmas is to families and how difficult it can be to face the holiday when a loved one is gone. It was Christmas, 1994, and Les Smith was handing out presents.
Well, this is Kevin from Sean.
The holidays were really special. It was a big deal for Les. He was a very warm and caring father, and he was a very warm and caring person.
This is Sean from Kevin.
We were a close family, and there was a lot of love, always.
This Christmas, their gifts would be a reminder of just how close they were.
The boys had bought each other a shirt. Unbeknownst, they matched, and I had gone and bought one for Les, and Les's was the same.
We must have all went to the same place, y'all.
It was just coincidence, you know, as my dad would put it, coinky-dink, you know, just, it was fun.
It made every single one of us pretty happy that day.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, so it'll sure be one Christmas. Remember
Oh my
this
gosh.
house.
This would be the last Christmas that the Smith family would all celebrate together. In the months that followed, Les Smith's health began to deteriorate.
We took him into the doctor, and they discovered he had an aneurysm, and they scheduled him for surgery for September the 12th. But on September the 7th in the morning, when I awoke, Les had passed away in his sleep. It's very hard when you have such a loving relationship to think, now I have to go on by myself. Leslie died September the 7th, and we had to face Christmas. And the closer it got, the harder it was.
To me, it was a very scary Christmas, the first Christmas without my dad. Not looking forward to waking up Christmas morning because not knowing how Mom's going to be. Not knowing how I'm going to be. Not knowing how my brother's going to be.
On Christmas Eve, Myrna and her sons visited the cemetery to pay their respects.
We took flowers, and it was real hard for me. And I said to the boys,
I wish I knew for sure where Dad is and that he's okay.
The only thing I could say was I wished I knew too, and evidently somebody heard us because we had a sign on the way back into town.
there was a sight that I can only describe as something I've seen in a Christmas card, possibly.
Look at that star.
I would have to describe it as the Star of Bethlehem.
Look how beautiful.
And that star was just something that I have never seen before, and I probably will never see again.
It was just huge. It was gorgeous. You know, it was like Christmas star, eat your heart out kind of thing to me.
See, Mom? There's your sign.
That was Dad. I mean, he was looking down at us. And it just lifted our spirits.
That evening, after returning from the cemetery, the Smiths opened their Christmas presents.
Thanks.
We took turns passing out the gifts, and it just wasn't the same without Dad there.
Merry Christmas, both of you.
As we were opening gifts, we would say, well, Dad was like this, or Dad would have liked that.
Dad would have liked those hats.
And we could feel like he was watching what we were doing and he approved.
Everyone went to bed late, and Myrna fell asleep in the living room.
And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I can remember waking up with the feeling that there was someone in the room. So I looked, and over by the Christmas tree, I see the figure of my husband, Leslie. He did have on this beautiful white robe, and there was like a belt or a chain around his waist. And he never actually spoke to me, but I felt that he was telling me, I just wanted you to know that it's okay. And then It was like a blink of an eye and he was gone, but it felt like maybe a little breeze as he left, where the tinsel and some of the ornaments on the tree kind of moved. And I felt like I finally knew he's in heaven and he's waiting for me. At first, after this happened, it kind of felt like it was a dream. And I thought, well, I'm not going to say anything to the boys because I don't want to upset them about a dream that I've had. It's probably just because I miss him so much.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, hon. Dinner's almost ready, and Sean should be home in a little bit.
And then, the next day, she received another message from her husband.
Mom, can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, what
And
is
he
it?
says, well, I don't want to upset you. He says, I know that you're missing Dad really bad.
Well, last night, between 3 and 3:15, I woke up.
And I sat up and I saw my dad. He was just gorgeous white robe, and this belt just looked like little gold circles, about the size of a quarter maybe. And couldn't talk to him, and he wasn't talking to me. But he was there, just letting me know he was okay. When I blinked, it was like he was gone, but there was a breeze. I felt an extreme sense of peace.
So I said, well, Kev,
I didn't want to say anything to you, but I guess I should. I saw your dad shortly before you did last night. This is the
It
first
was
time
a weird
I
feeling.
feel
I'm listening to Mom, and I was
it's
like,
really okay.
this is too much to be a coincidence. Way too much to be a coincidence.
You guys ever get tired of watching that movie?
No.
Later that evening, Sean arrived home after visiting a friend.
Ma, there's something I want to say, but I don't know how to say it.
and he described what he had seen, and it was the same thing Kevin and I had seen.
I looked at the clock, and it showed 3:30. And there stood my dad. He was wearing a big white robe, whiter than I've ever seen. I went to say something to him, and he just signaled for me to be quiet. I feel he was telling me to keep doing what I was doing. Everything was going to be okay.
You mean he came to see both of you?
I saw him by the Christmas tree, and Kevin saw him upstairs in his room. I know Dad was here.
With everybody seeing him in the vision, I knew it had to be real.
It was not a dream. We were not having the same dream. Dad came to visit.
Look at that star.
I think the biggest miracle of this is that we all three saw the very same thing.
I have all the proof I need that miracles do happen.
I think my family experienced this miracle because God wanted to prove to us that time still went, nothing ended.
Les couldn't have picked a better time than Christmas to come to us and let us know that he was okay. And it was all right for us to move on.